The Headless Stranger. In a small, fog-covered village nestled deep in the mountains, there was a legend that had haunted the locals for generations. The story was told in hushed tones, mostly to scare misbehaving children or to warn travelers to stay away from the woods after dark. It was the tale of the Headless Stranger. Long ago, before the village was established, there was a lone traveler. No one knew where he came from or what his purpose was, but he was always seen wandering through the forest with a peculiar item, a bright red lantern that glowed with an eerie light, even on the darkest nights. The traveler was known for his kindness, often helping villagers with their burdens, sharing food with the hungry, and guiding lost souls back to safety. But he had one strange habit. He never let anyone see his face. The villagers grew curious and suspicious. Rumors spread that he might be hiding something sinister. One night, a group of young men, emboldened by drink and curiosity, decided to follow the traveler into the woods. They crept silently behind him as he made his way deeper into the forest, until they reached a clearing that none of them had ever seen before. In the center of the clearing stood an old, decaying tree with gnarled roots twisting into the ground. The traveler stopped and placed his lantern at the base of the tree. The men watched in horror as he reached up and, with a swift motion, removed his head. There was no blood, no wound, just a smooth, blank surface where his head should have been. He placed his head gently on the ground, and in that moment, the men realized the horrifying truth. The traveler was not a man at all, but a spirit cursed to wander the earth without a head, searching for something that could never be found. Panic seized the men, and they fled back to the village, never to speak of what they had seen. But the curse was not so easily escaped. One by one, the men who had followed the Headless Stranger began to disappear. Each time, a bright red lantern would be found burning in the village square, its light flickering ominously in the dark. The villagers soon realized that the spirit was angry and seeking revenge for their intrusion. From that night on, the Headless Stranger was no longer a friendly presence. He became a vengeful ghost, appearing to those who wandered too close to the woods at night. If you were unlucky enough to encounter him, it was said that you would hear the rustling of leaves and the soft glow of a red lantern before he appeared, headless, his body floating eerily above the ground. The villagers lived in fear, warning travelers to avoid the forest after dark. But sometimes, even the most careful souls would find themselves lost in the woods, drawn by an unseen force toward the cursed clearing. And when they did, they would vanish without a trace, leaving only the red lantern burning as a grim reminder of their fate. To this day, on foggy nights, villagers claim to see the faint glow of a red lantern in the distance. They say it's the Headless Stranger, still searching for something he can never find, cursed to roam the earth for all eternity. And if you ever find yourself lost in those woods, remember the legend and turn back before it's too late. For the Headless Stranger is always watching, and he's always searching for his next victim.